We will have conquered part of our economic deficit. Fish farming can be a way of having subsistence farming that we allay the harshness of the fall in price in oil.
Catfish production is laden with potentials not only to meet the nutritional needs of the citizens, but also to enhance national economic growth if properly harnessed.
Nearly 6 decades, people of Gidangabas in Minjibur local government area of Kano State had an outstanding trade of weaving, which is not only an occupation, but a strong tradition inherited from their forefathers. The supply of cotton as the major raw materials was much forceful as people cultivated the crop in large quantity for a continuous weaving activities in the olden days.
Ni da fara sana'ata ta saka zan kai kamar shekara 60.
I have been into knitting for 67 years now. As a child, we started with gathering and packing the stuff. When you reach at least 20 years, you will be given matsehi, an instrument used to separate the thread to get yourself familiar with it. When you are tested to have a good knitting skills, your boss will step down and continue to guide you. I have been in this trade for not less than 50 years. Our parents were practicing weavers, and we inherited from them. We too are training our children, and God willing, they will continue with the trade. We produce fabrics of different colors and designs.
Well,
Drug abuse among the strata of the society is alarming, especially among the youth, who are the future leaders, a phenomenon that is a big threat.
The great palaces of the north and Nigeria in pictures.
Kace an yi ruwa, in an yi sanyi, ku ce an yi sanyi, in an an yi rana ku ce an yi rana in an yi zafi ku ce an yi zafi oh adam mai wuyan gane hali in an yi rana ku ce an yi rana in an yi ruwa ku ce an yi ruwa in an yi sanyi ku ce an yi sanyi shanon mutum ne yakan bani ha ga can mutum mai wuyan gane hali oh dan adam mai wuyan gane hali oh dan adam mai wuyan gane hali in kai keke ite kai keke in kai babur ite kai babur in kai moto ite kai moto in kai gida ite kai gida in kai gida ite kai gida mutum bai da gadon ka wallahi Allah amma ina dai da gadon batun ka oh bil adam mai wuyan gane hali gashi bil adam mai wuyan gane hali in kai riga da hula ka gane dan adam zai kace ai ko kai in kai wando ice kai wando in kai hula ice kai hula in kai riga ice kai riga in kai aure ice kai aure in kai aure ice kai aure mutum
Can I get a shower for Boko and dancers? Watch these programs and more on NTA Entertainment. NTAE, your one-stop entertainment channel.
Information is power. Everyone wants power. So feel powerful with the NTA News mobile app, the one-stop information center. Real news at your fingertip. Be the first to report by uploading first-hand information on the You Report link, and be the first to know by simply clicking on any of the links on the sidebar for headlines, domestic and foreign news, economy, security, politics, sports, and more. Stream live on your smartphone and tablets and stay connected. It's pretty easy. Simply download NTA News app from your Google Play Store and you're good to go. NTA News mobile app, your access to real-time information.
This is the network service of the NTA.
I'm Jamila Lower. Welcome to Maggie Diaries. I'll be bringing you amazing recipes from the north. It's something very playful that you and your kids during Ramadan can put your hands together and have fun making it in the kitchens. Cook the difference with Maggie this Ramadan.
Do you desire to improve your grammar and sharpen your pronunciation skills? If your answer is yes, then you need to attend a special 4 weeks course on English Grammar and Pronunciation for Broadcasters organized by NTA Television College, Jos. The course will expose participants to the nitty-gritty of English grammar and usage, which will enable them speak fluently and write as well as edit scripts flawlessly. Journalists, presenters, scriptwriters, television and radio news editors, secretaries, masters of ceremonies, and hosts of live events will find the course highly beneficial. Date, 13th May to 7th June 2019. Venue, NTA Television College, Rayfield, Jos. Course fee, 100,000 Naira per participant. Accommodation inclusive. For more inquiries, please call 0803 3144 383 or 0806 9809 807. You can also visit our website on www.ntatvc.com. NTA Television College, Jos, training you to be the best you want to be.
Oh boy, climb this thing now. Not be only to connect lights. Come you and yourself now. Now wow. Oh boy, come down now. Oga Kasali electrician, who would they look for with this? Oh, Oga Kasali, come help us fix this wire now.
Sorry, I no longer carry out illegal connection. It puts the lives of people at risk and can cause fire outbreak and disrupt power supply. I will never be part of anything that has to do with this any longer because change begins with me.
Oh boy. What you mean talk makes sense? But no could carry this ladder from over.
This message is brought to you by the National Orientation Agency in conjunction with the Federal Ministry of Information and Culture.
Nigerians. Suicide bombers are not spirits. They are not ghosts. They are human beings like you and me. They live amongst us. They are your neighbors. They are your friends today, but terrorists tomorrow. So you must know your neighbor now. Security begins with you and me. Know your neighbor. Be vigilant. Be security conscious. Report suspicious persons, objects, and movements to the police and other security agencies. The security of our nation is a duty for you and me.
If you see something, say something. Nigeria, unite against terrorism. This message is brought to you by the Federal Ministry of Information and Culture.
Welcome to NAFDAC and Your Health, your TV destination for information and education on how your health is safeguarded on a daily basis. My name is Sosi Omolaja. So today we'll conclude on our two-part series on how NAFDAC has been repositioned since Professor Mojisola Adeyeye took over the helm of the agency. The leadership of NAFDAC, emboldened by its vision to reposition the agency for national and international relevance, had to place the issue of staff welfare on the front burner.
I'm aware that there are a number of challenges. These will be given necessary and timely attention. Specifically, together, we shall ensure that staff welfare is at the front burner.
That promise became a commitment to which the DG was indefatigably devoted, because she understands that without adequate workforce motivation in any organization, growth and efficiency in the workplace is adversely affected and possibly jeopardized.
All these things that I'm doing wouldn't have happened without staff. From day one, I focused on staff welfare. Our staff used to go on strike, industrial strike today, industrial strike tomorrow. And I started looking, what is the problem? But with the cooperation of the Council of NAFDAC, we were able to improve the allowances, the emolument that staff get. And we're working right now on the salary structure of our staff. Because without a workforce that is willing to work and also disciplined workforce, you will not be able to get anything done.
For the first time in the 25 years of the Regency, it got approval for the improvement of conditions of service and scheme of service. Also, the establishment of regional directorates have created an additional career growth path for staff of the Regency, which is an essential morale booster for hard work, efficiency, and commitment to the mandate of the Regency. On the global stage, NAFDAC's repositioning objectives have also begun to pay off, with international partnerships such as that which the agency enjoys with the World Health Organization, WHO, and other global and continental regulatory bodies.
For a regulatory agency, you have to have partners. You cannot do it by yourself. And it is required. Actually, part of what they are looking at is how well do you collaborate with other agencies in the world. We have collaboration, of course, with WHO, very good collaboration. We have collaboration with African Medicine Regulatory Harmonization. I'm actually the chair of that group that is based in Nepal. I'm the African steering committee chair. We have good relationship with West African Medicine Regulatory Harmonization. A lot of our staff are in the technical working groups of Medicine Regulatory Harmonization of West Africa. So there are so many other agencies that we have to relate with, because from there you learn lessons, from there you want to bring your standards up, and then from there people start recognizing NAFDAC and start recognizing Nigeria as a force in global regulatory controls.
Recently, the WHO visited NAFDAC in Lagos, Nigeria, to get a first-hand look at all the new developments and technological upgrades at the agency's laboratory.
We need about 12 HPLCs. Yeah.
With the workload. This is the only lab that
yes.
The only lab in Nigeria.
This is the only, this is not the only NAFDAC lab in Nigeria. We have Kaduna and we have Agolo. They also test drugs. Yeah. But for this particular lab, the Yaba lab, we need about 12 HPLCs.
On the home front, NAFDAC continues to up the ante, keeping all hands on deck to consistently ensure that products manufactured in Nigeria are fit for consumption by Nigerians. What it called Good Manufacturing Practice, GMP, designed to help grow our local manufacturers and ensure their outputs meet global standards. Since taking over office in 2017, Professor Adeyeye has personally visited and inspected several food, drugs and cosmetics manufacturing facilities across the country. This is to send a signal to the manufacturing sector that it won't be business as usual, and all hands must be on deck to safeguard the health of Nigeria by ensuring that only the best quality products are pushed into the markets for consumption.
In terms of industrial compliance, NAFDAC and the pharmaceutical industry or food industry, we are all together in this. We are regulators, but at the same time, we are also partnering with them because of the challenges that they have. For the drug industry, especially pharmaceutical industry, the only thing they don't import is water. So they are challenged in terms of the tariffs and VAT and whatnot that they need to pay. So what we have done now is to, for the first time in the history of NAFDAC, is to do an industry-wide GMP, Good Manufacturing Practice roadmap, so that we will have visited all the companies. Actually, we have visited about 156 already, or 132 already. We have few that are still left. And what we are trying to do is to find out their level of GMP compliance. It is not punitive. It is advisory level. It's at an advisory level, because that will give us a good picture of the categories of different companies. And we have already started categorizing companies. The ones that may be at high risk category, we will work with them to say, okay, you need ABC in order to comply. And also, we will, of course, anybody that wants to know companies that are in different categories will be able to pick which companies are in category A, category B. We will not recommend because it's a group. But that is going to help those who are not yet there to come there.
Some of the companies she visited include top fast-moving consumer goods manufacturers like Dufil Industries, Guinness Nigeria, International Distilleries, Fitson Pharmaceuticals, and so on.
We'll go on a short break now, and when we return, we'll show you how new measures taken by NAFDAC is improving its mandate and revolutionizing the sector. Welcome back. If you are just joining in, you are watching NAFDAC and your health.
As NAFDAC continues to work hard towards attaining global relevance and meeting international best practices standards, it also tirelessly works hand in hand with Nigerian agencies such as the Nigerian Customs Service, the National Drug Law Enforcement Agency, and so on, to rid Nigeria of counterfeit and unwholesome products.
NAFDAC was removed from the ports from 2011 to 2018. So when I realized that when I came, I said, really? You remove NAFDAC that is supposed to be controlling imports from the port? Doesn't make sense. But thank God for the government of Buhari and Oshibajo. I started shouting everywhere I went. Take us back to the ports. It doesn't take rocket science to know that you remove NAFDAC from the port. No wonder we have a lot of drug abuse. And as it will happen, by May 16, I never will forget, NAFDAC was returned to the ports.
When the documentations of any goods, the documentations are not complete, it is our duty to make sure that these goods are brought here. The reason for this, they have no permit. And since they don't have NAFDAC permit, it is necessary for us to bring these goods here, bring the competent authority. The competent authority is NAFDAC, and is here, like I said, and they are going to do further investigation.
After the consignment has been taken over and the suspect handed over to us, we will further carry out investigation to find out whether the products are actually registered, because there are some of them that have an registration number on them. We want to confirm whether they are actually registered and whether the owner of the product whether it was the owner of the product that brought it in, or it was a parallel importer that brought in the fake version of the product. We do all those investigations to confirm that, and after that, appropriate sanction will be meted out to the culprits.
NAFDAC now collaborates very well with customs. We were at Shagamu, where we destroyed over 2.6 billion naira worth of substandard falsified medicines and unwholesome foods.
This tramadol that we are destroying today is what could have destroyed many young lives, what could have destroyed many families, and just like I said before, what could have destroyed the lives of the future Nobel laureates, future presidents, future happily settled mothers and fathers. So we thank God that we have the opportunity to destroy it. It's a mixed feeling, but that is what NAFDAC is about.
We have heightened our alertness. We are seizing a lot of products. Between September and end of October last year, we seized 23 containers of tramadol. Our staff, many of our staff in the Ports Inspection Directorate were on vigil. I'm talking of not sleeping, to monitor, to know that none of this will escape the ports. But it is also with the cooperation of the CG. It is with the cooperation of the CG of Customs. Without them, we would not be able to. And then we had another 5 of the containers that turned back when they knew the port was hot. Now we have intercepted those 5 containers outside our coast, but we bring them in.
Recently, NAFDAC witnessed some unprecedented results where people who traded in fake goods voluntarily surrendered the products to the agency. These incredible results can be traced to the shoring up of surveillance, regulation, enforcement and prosecution by the agency, and of course synergy with other agencies, especially the Nigerian Customs. It has been a game changer.
This is unprecedented, we would say. This is the highest we've had in the history of NAFDAC. 189 truckload of defective products. You ask me why? It's because something is happening. I mean, for some of us who grew up in the village, if there's a hole and you are pursuing a rabbit, you put smoke, the rabbit will run out from one side. Why is it running out? It's because there's smoke. There is smoke. A whole lot of enforcement activities inspectorate activities. I mean, a whole lot of work going on. That is why you find that people on their own voluntarily are coming to turn over this to us.
How the relevant directorates continue on a daily basis, inspecting facilities to ensure strict adherence to laid down guidelines. Those who still obstinately produce or import unwholesome and substandard products are apprehended and prosecuted.
We have a legal directorate. I actually added that directorate when I came. We used to have 13 directorates. We are now 14 directorates. It is extremely important to have a legal framework behind whatever we are doing because it has to tally with our mandate. But in terms of substandard falsified medicines, there have been many prosecutions because it's not 2 or 3 of those that were trying to poison our people through bad medicines or even unwholesome foods that have been prosecuted. So we have prosecution. The only wish that NAFDAC has is to have stiffer sentences. Let me give you an example. You have an antibiotic that is of low quality. And this has been on the market, everybody is using it. There's a tendency to develop resistance because the level in the blood is not high enough to kill the microbes. So it's almost like you are petting the microbes with low levels. After a while, the microbes will start creating protein coats around themselves because the level of the drug was not high enough to kill them. So many Nigerians have resistance. And I had a case of a niece who had surgery and they gave her antibiotic. The infection will not clear. And many people have died like that. So with a strong regulatory agency, a stiffer penalty for people peddling in substandard falsified medicine, we will not have as many problems as we're having right now. Because there has to be deterrent. If there's no deterrent, if I'm going to pay 200,000 naira, I can go to an ATM and get 200,000 naira and I walk away. But thousands of people or tens of people or hundreds of people might have been killed. So that is how serious peddling bad medicines is and why this penalty must be stiffer.
Apart from the excellent strides the Legal Directorate is making, there is also a need to strengthen the existing laws that prescribe punitive measures for offenders. A bill to amend the Counterfeit and Fake Drugs and Unwholesome Processed Foods Act is currently being discussed by the National Assembly. Director, Investigation and Enforcement, NAFDAC, Barrister Kingsley Ejiofor, highlights some of the amendments proposed for the law.
What we have in the bill, the first one is the review of the penalty. What we have here is life jail term. Life jail term. Then also we have the compensation of the victims of crime, especially when someone dies as a result of it or sustains previous bodily harm. The person will be adequately compensated. In the past, there was no such thing. So we have it. Then also we have the issue of protection. We have protection of the whistleblowers. We have that. Then also the proceeds of crime. People should not benefit from criminal enterprise. The money, we have to trace the money, seize the instrumentalities used in the commission of the crime. They will be forfeited to the government. Then also we have to insist also on the issue of receipts. Before now, you find some of these people, especially when you are carrying out investigations, they will ask someone, they will mention and they are sharing woman. At enforcement, we know what that means, you know. You say, what it means is an imaginary person. So at the end of the day, it also it inhibits investigation. So we should be able to track and track and trace some of these things. So that's part of it. So for us, we have done all we should do. The ball is not in our court; it's in the court of the National Assembly.
Time now for NAFDAC updates. Stay tuned.
The attention of the agency has been drawn to a publication dated 19th April 2019 by the Vanguard newspaper titled 70% of drugs in Nigerian markets are fake.
The latest study that we have is 17%, 17% of drugs in Nigeria are substandard. But we are now going to do newer studies. So, from media that is here today, take away 17% is the last data that we have. That is for general drugs, for drugs generally. But essential medicines, anti-malaria for example, it used to be like 13%, 14%, and then we have all sorts of devices to ensure that our essential medicines are protected. Anti-malaria, anti-TB, antiviral, things like that. As of 2019, because WHO and NAFDAC have partnered to follow up the quality of essential medicines, anti-malarials especially, the last figure was 1.3%. Is substandard. 1.3% is substandard as of the report of March of 2019, last month. So for somebody to say that 70% of drugs are fake, it's throwing the country into panic. It means that almost all the drugs are fake. That is why it is a fake news, it is irresponsible, and it's unfortunate. We want to do local manufacturing. We want to improve our lives, our children's lives, or our own health. And all of a sudden, 70% from somebody that is not has nothing to do with NAFDAC. It was not NAFDAC staff was not present at this meeting. In NAFDAC staff or workshop was not present at this meeting. They use our logo, firstly, to invite people to this meeting. So you can put one and one together. It is irresponsible. NAFDAC is doing the best that NAFDAC can do in terms of protecting and safeguarding the health of our people. And our people are not abstract. Our people are all of us here, me included. I wanted to take anti-malaria yesterday or 2 days ago. There is the mobile authentication number on it. I scratched to see whether it's fake or not. That is the type of effort that we are making to protect our people, to protect myself, because nobody will do without taking medicine. So it is unfortunate, and that is why this parley is extremely important. And wherever that news came from should go back. It is fake, and we don't need that in this country.
The public is hereby implored to disregard the publication in Vanguard newspaper of 19th April 2019. NAFDAC Yobe State has closed down Rukaya Yogurt Factory in New Kukuri, Lailai Ward of Potiskum local government area. The owner, identified as Mohammed Sani, was also arrested and charged for production of unwholesome production of yogurt. The state coordinator, Mr. Lawan Musa Danin Gelma, reassured the people of Yobe State that NAFDAC is fully committed to ensuring the total stamp out of substandard food and drugs, and urged the public to come forward with any useful information. In line with the agency's mandate to ensure that the public have access to good quality regulated products, regulatory officers in Adamawa State, in collaboration with Gamzaki Traders Association, Yola chapter, carried out a shop-to-shop sensitization on NAFDAC-approved bakery raw materials such as baking powders, yeasts, sugar and sweeteners, dough improvers, food-grade flavors, emulsifiers, gelatines, colorants, preservatives, and other derivatives in Jimeta Modern Market. This is with a view to educate the marketers on the dangers and health hazards associated with the use of unwholesome regulated products. The campaign serves as an alert to dealers and distributors of NAFDAC-regulated products. Marketers were also advised to ensure proper storage conditions in their shops in accordance to the manufacturer's stated storage conditions. To get on-the-spot updates of developments at NAFDAC and other alerts, follow NAFDAC on Twitter, Facebook, and visit www.nafdac.gov.ng. You've been updated.
That's how far we can go today on the program. Do join us same time next week as we serve you more information on how NAFDAC is protecting you and your well-being. Remember, safeguarding the nation is a collective responsibility, so play your part by reporting counterfeit and substandard food and drugs or activities that create them. I am Tosin Omolaja. Stay safe.
Service of the NTA.
Hello there. Welcome to the Next Africa Chef, the platform that seeks to find amateur chefs from all across Nigeria and Africa while showcasing the African cuisine to the rest of the world. My name is Anado and I'm your host on today's show. Today's episode promises to be super exciting. Our 4 contestants are ready and waiting to cook up a storm. Before we continue, let's take a look at the highlights from last week's episode. Today's episode promises to be different and exciting. Why? Because for the first time since the beginning of the show, we will be seeing our contestants work as individuals, not in teams.
One of you would have to go home today. So once you open that pot, you will cook with everything you see in there. Good luck.
Two, one.
And stop.
Stop.
Contestant A, bring your food.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Contestant B, can I have your food? What did you make for us?
Egg rice and some chicken. So there's chicken inside your rice as well? Yes. Contestant C, please. Can you try?
Tell us what you made for us.
Soup and fried rice.
I gave you a whole chicken. I didn't tell you I want to eat rice. I gave you chicken. No protein. No salt in the rice.
Our 4 contestants have presented the judges with their dishes. Our judges have tasted them and given their feedback. It's time to hear who will go home and who will remain on the show.
Contestant B, you've been saved, so you're not going home today. Contestant C, you're saved. Contestant D, you have to stay. Contestant A, you have to go home.
Welcome back. As you can see, our contestants are ready and standing by. Let's hear from the judges what their instructions are for today's kitchen.
Today, chefs, you have 30 minutes to cook whatever you find in your pot. I want details. I want to see something exciting on your plate. So, you may open your box now to see what you see. 30 minutes.
You're not asked to start yet. That's why you fail so much. Listen to instruction. Okay? Nobody asked you to start yet. Like she said, we want details on the plate. We want to see everything given to you. The pantry is there for you to use, but be wise. Do you understand?
Yes, Chef.
Good.
Every ingredient in that
Must be used.
must be used. Yes, and I must taste it in all.
Don't destroy your protein.
Yes, Chef. Yes.
Good luck. The time starts now.
Now.
Today we are giving rice, pepper soup, spice, and chicken to make a delicious meal.
You don't need a slow people in the kitchen. If you find them in the kitchen, it kills the business.
Yes.
The food business is pam, 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 pam.
I understand that and I appreciate that. I understand what you're saying, but at the same time, you need to look into details. Some people might just be running across the kitchen and actually not doing anything. So there should be a balance. The first thing we need to understand is these people, do they understand the ingredient given to them? If they don't understand the ingredient given to them, they could be running from here to Lagos to Abuja. Cook like professionals.
Hi, judges.
Hi.
So today I would like to find out what makes an outstanding dish for you, Chef Anselm.
Very simple. The gospel that I preach when it has to do with food is texture, flavor, and taste.
Texture, flavor, and taste.
These 3 components, you're good to go.
Chef Jesse, what is that extra factor that you're looking for in the dishes from your contestants?
For me, I believe you eat with your eyes. So once a plate is on the table, if it looks good, you automatically send a message in the brain that the food tastes nice. So if you bring me a messy plate, no matter how flavorsome your plate is, automatically in my head is telling me that's junk, that's rubbish. don't put that in your body.
So it's almost like there's a scientific process that takes
Yes.
place in the brain when, the presentation is right.
So presentation is the key.
Yeah.
You also need to understand the texture. You need to know what works with works. So for me, the plate needs to look good.
Okay.
The plate looks good. That leaves us 50% chances that the food is going to taste good.
Okay. Our contestants should be focused on 4 things: presentation, texture, flavor, and taste. Okay, well, we will find out at the end of the day which of our contestants has the most outstanding dish. Don't go away, we'll be right back after this break.
I can taste the real chicken. Real chicken.
Don't worry, Abba. It's not your chicken.
It's the Sedap Supreme Chicken Essence that gives it the supreme chicken taste. Be Supreme, Nigeria.